we have been wanting to do this segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with it. Our segment called "We See You," where we recognize and host on our show and feature a Black-owned and operated business. Our next guest, he has launched Harlem Boy Collection, which is a culmination of the artistic vision of our featured guest, Mr. Richard Lalique. It is a vision of design that is urban in its aesthetic and sophisticated in its approach. It is stepped up in the influences of his childhood and what vibrant fashion and vast environment landscape that is New York City, his hometown. His work is inspired by the movement and whimsy of dance and by strong lines and symmetry of classic architecture. He interprets all of these influences in a way that is accessible to all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our stage the owner, CEO, operator of, of Harlem Boy Collection, Mr. Rich Lalique. Hey, Rich.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful this feels.
Well, thank you for being here, and congratulations on your new launch of Harlem Boy Collection. And I cannot wait to share more about it with our audience. So, Rich, do me a favor and tell us what is behind the Harlem Boy Collection and how did this brand come about?
Well, I've been an artist since I was a child. I always loved to create, but I didn't really embrace it until maybe about 15 years ago, where I just said, you know what, you're an artist. And so I just started creating different things, whether it was digital illustrations, whether it was painting, photography. And for the time being, I really didn't do anything with it. And then when I started thinking about, this could be featured on clothing. This could be, I can find a way to turn my passion into a way to support my family and take care of myself. And that's what my entrepreneurial journey has really been about. How do I take my different passions and find a way to make them make money and support me?
Okay. Well, and herein lies Harlem Boy Collection. Thank you. Okay.
That's fantastic. Now you're actually wearing one of your pieces,
Yes,
and we have your website. We're going to bring up your website because I'd like to know, what are some of, take us through some of your collection.
Okay, sure.
Right. I mean, this is your website. It's harlemboycollection.com.
Correct.
We've got some of your featured products.
And so Harlem Boy Collection is, I like to kind of think about it as a department store.
Okay.
So there are many different product lines. We have HB women, we have footwear, we have bags, we have swimwear, t-shirts, women's wear, home goods, leather bags, not leather bags, eyewear, anything that I can figure out a way to incorporate my artwork, my vision onto the product, onto a quality product. That's what I want to bring to the collection. This particular design, I call it Electric Kiss, comes in wonderful jewel tone colors, sapphire, gold, ruby, mandarin. That's one of my signature things. I love jewel.
This is the shirt here.
Yes.
The shirt that he has on here. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is actually the shirt that he has on right now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And as you can see, the women's wear collection, again, swimwear. There's going to be an underwear line for both men and women. And then the other thing is that I'm trying to create things that are inclusive of every size.
Right.
So my goal is to next adjust my designs to work for all different body types.
So, Rich, let me ask you: how would you define your price points?
I have something for everyone. I have something for everyone. We have vegan leather bags that can be purchased for $40 or $50, and canvas bags for $40 or $50. But we also have Napa leather bags that, the duffel bag, for example, which features my signature mud cloth pattern, which I call One Nation Under God. And you can see it right there. There's a duffel bag as well as several women's bags that is made out of Napa leather and retails for about $600. So the price range, it goes across the gambit.
Okay.
Something for everyone.
Definitely affordable.
Yes, yes.
So I know that when I actually saw that you had launched your brand, I got the impression that you were working through COVID to get to the point where you could launch your brand. What was it like preparing your brand and trying to open it during COVID when, people were out of work and you still had that creative mind to get what you needed to have done? How challenging was that for you?
Well, the challenge in that is, obviously you have to be able to invest money to create certain things. Whether that be building the website. Luckily for me, I'm building it. I'm a graphic artist and web designer myself, so I was able to do a lot of things that somebody might have to pay someone else to do. I'm able to do that myself. But the investment of that of the finances during a time when, we're all struggling and prices are going up and people are not able to spend the money that they want. But you approach it from a point of faith. You approach it from a point of faith. I loved listening to the previous part of your interview, of your program, where because that book is about my life story. I came of age in New York in the 80s and 90s as a young Black gay man. I may have been a little too young for some of the clubs, but a lot of the things you guys were talking about, I experienced, and yet here I am, 52, going on 53 years, and I'm thriving. I found a way to make it work. I found a way to build a life, build a business, build businesses, have a home, have a family, all of those things. So again, you operate on faith, and I think that's something that came out of coming of age during that time.
You kind of touched on this. You said you have multiple businesses. The Harlem Boy Collection is clothing, but you also do other things.
Yes, sir.
You do travel, you do furniture, you do some media stuff. Talk to us about all that you do.
All that.
Yes. Well, Harlem Boy Ventures Properties is my LLC. That's the parent company that holds all of my various enterprises. Harlem Boy Media Design is my graphic and web design business, which is my first baby. That's my firstborn. I started that business approximately 13 or 14 years ago. But Alvin, and you may remember when the previous incarnation was RML Consulting, where we worked on the White Attire Affair in DC together.
I was going to say, you just took me back almost 20 years. I produced my first white party here with Lalique, was our artist, and
I still have photos from it.
You did the graphics for that. When you said it, it brought back memories. So
yes,
okay, all right.
And, that so that after a lot of years, I have become a sought after and successful designer. I've done work for Coca-Cola. My company is now the director of digital content for a website called Harlem America, which is a digital network as well as a digital online magazine. I've done, and that has allowed me to do web pages for various celebrities that are included in that website, like Felicia Rashad, Valerie Pettiford. The list could go on and on. Then my second child, which I started about 2 years ago, is bookitblack.com. I love to travel. Haven't been able to do it as much because of COVID, But Book It Black is, you know, the slogan is travel more, spend less, but always book it black. You know, and my goal for that company is to eventually do curated travel for Black gays and lesbians to various parts of the world. I think one of the trips that I would love to do is like take 20 to 30 couples to Mykonos, you know, in a summer, where we just go and have a week and a curated trip where we can all just be ourselves and travel amongst one another, but really get into the cultures.
Well, I might have to get a couple, but you go. I might have to get a second, but you make sure you keep me on that on that list, because you know I'm sure I can make that work. Okay.
I will definitely. And then Harlem Boy Collection, which is the clothing line, which again, I've always been into fashion. I've always tried to have something different. I don't like to look like everyone else, but at the same time, I'm not out there. So I wanted something that reflected what I would wear. Part of my line is the KET by Harlem Boy Collection, which is a partnership that I've done with Kevin Edward Taylor, who is a pastor in Newark and a former colleague of mine from BET. He's a wonderful interviewer. Alvin, I'm pretty sure you know him.
I do know of him. I yes. Definitely know of him. Yes, I do. Yes.
And you know, the tagline for this is share the inspiration. Kevin comes up with the quotes, I come up with the artwork, and we've done some wonderful t-shirts, mugs, home goods, that, you know, bags that you know, just kind of reflect the positivity that he brings to his ministry. You know, the shirt you're looking at right there comes in several. I desire what I deserve, and I deserve what I desire. That shirt comes in a lot of different colors, as well as the rainbow on blast version that you're seeing right there. But you know, again, it's just a way of bringing out some positivity, and you know, share the inspiration. That's you know what I try to tell people.
Well, I told people when we came on that we were bringing on an entrepreneur, a business owner, but as I told you, he is a quadruple threat, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to put up your Harlem Boy Collection website page again, because that's how people can contact you and get in touch with Rich. But I want to say thank you for being on our show, Rich. You know, congratulations to all that you're doing. And I want everybody to go out and support him, because he is a Black-owned business and he is doing the darn thing. So congratulations.
One last thing, Alvin.
Yes.
You know, and this is something that I tell people all the time. You know, support is a verb, but there's so many different ways to support. You know, whether you see something you like there and you want to shop, you can shop. But it's also support to share. Share it with someone else. Send, you know, if you see the ad, share it with someone who might like it, even if you don't. That's how we can support one another. And I thank you guys for the support in this new venture for me. Thank you so much.